Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As the election storm approaches, the Aam Aadmi Party is crumbling like a pack of cards. With only 9 days left for the first phase of voting, the man who once dreamt of becoming the next Prime Minister of India has faced a triple whammy. Such is the tale of the rise and possibly the fall of Arvind Kejriwal. Today, he was snubbed by the courts, fact-checked by Tihar jail. Now his own Mantri has deserted the sinking ship. Let's break it down for you. After the Delhi High Court upheld his arrest by ED as legal, the Supreme Court today denied an urgent hearing against this verdict. In another plea, the Delhi court has refused to increase the number of meetings, legal meetings, from 2 to 5 as petitioned by Arvind Kejriwal to meet his lawyers. Clearly, there are no separate laws for the Aam Aadmi and the Aam Aadmi Party's chief. However, this was not the end of the woes for Chief Minister Kejriwal. Now, one of his own ministers has come out and hurled corruption charges at the Aam Aadmi Party. Former AAP leader Rajkumar Anand, because he's resigned from the party and his ministerial position today, without mincing any words, said that he had joined Aam Aadmi Party in his zeal to fight corruption. But now he feels that the party itself is steeped in corrupt practices. He said that he's so disappointed by his bosses that he has resigned from the party's membership and Kejriwal's cabinet. Listen in to what one of the close aides of jailed Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal had to say.
लेकिन आज बड़े अफसोस के साथ कहना पड़ रहा है कि राजनीति तो नहीं बदली, लेकिन राजनेता बदल गए। आम आदमी पार्टी का जन्म ही भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ आंदोलन से हुआ था, लेकिन आज ये पार्टी खुद भ्रष्टाचार के दलदल में फंस चुकी है। मेरे लिए मंत्री पद पर रहकर इस सरकार में काम करना असहज हो गया है। मैं इस पार्टी, इस सरकार और अपने मंत्री पद से इस्तीफा दे रहा हूं, क्योंकि मैं इन भ्रष्ट आचरणों में अपना नाम नहीं जुड़वाना चाहता।
One of the accused in the Liquorgate scam had recently released on bail. Aam Aadmi Party Member of Parliament Sanjay Singh was quick to respond to the charges made by Rajkumar Anand and said that Anand was raided in the same Liquorgate case and now he's alleging corruption by the Aam Aadmi Party. Sanjay Singh alleged pressure tactics and misuse of agencies by the BJP to break Aam Aadmi Party netas. Singh also hinted that Anand will soon be joining the BJP. However, the BJP refuted all these charges made by Aam Aadmi Party's Sanjay Singh and claimed that the party now stands exposed by their own. It was knee-deep in corruption. Listen in to the war of words.
जेल में हिटलर शाही की तरह रखना चाहती है, हिटलर शाही के नियम लागू करके रखना चाहती है। दिल्ली की तिहाड़ जेल को गैस चैम्बर में तब्दील करना चाहती है। बड़े से बड़े खूंखार अपराधी भी अपने परिवार से बात कर सकते हैं, अपने वकीलों से भी बात कर सकते हैं।
संजय सिंह के द्वारा लगाए गए सभी आरोप निराधार हैं, झूठ है। अभी उनकी धर्मपत्नी और उनके प्राइवेट सेक्रेटरी विभव मुख्यमंत्री को मिले हैं। जेल के जो नियम हैं वो आम हो कोई खास हो, सभी के लिए बराबर है।
As the news around Arvind Kejriwal tightens, Aam Aadmi Party has now declared that basic human rights have been denied to the Delhi Chief Minister in jail on the instructions of the BJP government. In fact, Sanjay Singh went on to the extent of saying that Tihar jail is being turned into a Nazi gas chamber by the dictator. Aam Aadmi Party claimed that Kejriwal isn't being allowed to meet Chief Minister of Punjab, Bhagwant Mann. And despite having permission for this meeting for Bhagwant Mann and himself. Listen in to this charge as well.
दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री को देश की मोदी सरकार जेल में हिटलर शाही की तरह रखना चाहती, जो न्यूनतम मानव अधिकार है किसी व्यक्ति के, जो न्यूनतम अधिकार बड़े से बड़े अधिकारियों को, अपराधियों को भी दिए गए हैं, वो अधिकार भी नरेंद्र मोदी जी छीन रहे हैं। क्या दिल्ली की तिहाड़ जेल को आप हिटलर के गैस चैम्बर में तब्दील करना चाहते हैं? क्या दिल्ली की तिहाड़ जेल को आप यातना घर के रूप में तब्दील करना चाहते हैं? आप अरविंद केजरीवाल को इमोशनली तोड़ना चाहते हैं। अरविंद केजरीवाल को तोड़ने की कोशिश जो कर रहे हैं, वो कोशिश नाकाम रहेगी। अरविंद केजरीवाल टूटेगा नहीं, याद रखिए। जेल के अधिकारी अपनी ओर से काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, मोदी सरकार के दबाव में काम कर रहे हैं। तुम्हारी चप्पल उठाने के लिए बने हम लोग? देश में दादागिरी करोगे? नैतिकता सिखा रहे हो हमें? उत्तर भारत के बड़े बड़े नेताओं को, एक आदिवासी नेता को, हेमंत सोरेन को आपने जेल में डाल दिया, अरविंद केजरीवाल को पकड़ के जेल में डाल दिया। फर्जी मुकदमे लगाओ, जेल में डालो, फिर नैतिकता पे बता रहे हो। एक मुख्यमंत्री पंजाब के, एक सांसद दिल्ली के सामान्य तरीके से एक 3 बार के निर्वाचित मुख्यमंत्री से मिलना चाहते हैं। उनकी मुलाकात के लिए पहले जेल प्रशासन ने हमको टोकन नंबर अलॉट कर दिया कि आपको मुलाकात आज की तारीख में कराई जाएगी, और फिर उस मुलाकात को कैंसिल कर दिया। ये कितना बड़ा सवाल खड़ा करता है अपने बारे में, आप सोच सकते हैं।
Soon after that, Tihar jail authorities released the health bulletin of Arvind Kejriwal, which counters the fear-mongering with data. Far from being tortured in a gas chamber, Kejriwal's weight has actually gone up by 1 kilo from 65 kgs to 66 kgs. While I'm nobody to comment on anybody's weight, Sanjay Singh had also gained 8 kgs weight in the time that he spent in Tihar jail. And since the day Arvind Kejriwal was arrested, 1 kg gain and normal blood sugars and BP levels being observed as per the jail authorities' health data. Let's get you the exact details of Kejriwal's health bulletin on your screens. Not only has his weight gone up, his blood pressure 120/82, perfect. And on 8th of April, it was 136/72. Pretty much within the normal range. His sugar was 139 on 1st of April, went up to 184 on 7th of April, and then back to 130 on 8th of April. As this health chart by Tihar reveals, the Chief Minister's health doesn't seem to be deteriorating as charged by the Aam Aadmi Party. The question is the Aam Aadmi Party diverting the attention from the charges of Arvind Kejriwal's role as a kingpin in the Liquorgate scam? Let's listen in to the claims made by the BJP.
जो केजरीवाल जी के सहयोगी 2010 से रहे हैं, उनकी आत्मा जाग गई है और उन्होंने भ्रष्टाचारियों का साथ छोड़ने का प्रयास करा है। केवल एक व्यक्ति है जिसका ज़मीर अभी तक नहीं जागा, और वो है माननीय मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल जी।
तो स्वाभाविक सी बात है कि ऐसे सियासी धर्मांतरण का परिचय आज उनके ही लोग दे रहे हैं कि किस प्रकार से भ्रष्टाचार हटाने वाली पार्टी भ्रष्टाचार की इस प्रकार से पूरे गंद में फैल चुकी है और वो भ्रष्टाचारी बन चुकी है।
So, ladies and gentlemen, the legitimate question on the news hour tonight: is this the beginning of the end for the Aam Aadmi Party? Aam Aadmi Party House of Cards, is it crumbling? That's the question, and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And joining me on the news hour tonight, Shehzad Poonawala, national spokesperson of the BJP. With me in the studio, Ishkaran Bhandari, advocate, Harshvardhan Tripathi, senior journalist. Also joining me this evening, Tehseen Poonawala, political analyst, supports the Congress party. Syed Asad Abbas, political analyst, supports the Aam Aadmi Party. And Dr. Sumanth Raman, political analyst, joins me on the news hour. And Dr. Sumanth Raman, Today, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal has got disappointment, not just from the High Court yesterday, but the Supreme Court did not hear his case. Rouse Avenue Court did not lay down the red carpet, increasing his meetings from 2 per week to 5 per week as he wanted it. And despite that, you know, these charges of gas chamber being made when his health bulletin is absolutely fine. Is this desperation because his own ministers are resigning, talking about corruption and deserting the sinking ship?
Navika, first of all, we have to understand that Mr. Sanjay Singh's case also followed a fairly similar path. And the pronouncements of the Delhi High Court in the Sanjay Singh case were also more or less similar. And subsequently, we know what the Honorable Supreme Court said, and Mr. Sanjay Singh is now out on bail. So I think that we will have to wait for this matter to be heard by the Supreme Court, and before we pass a final judgment on the Delhi High Court's order. The second part is, as far as health is concerned, look, the man is a diabetic. That has been known. He has got a multitude of other medical issues which have also been documented in the past. In fact, people have constantly referred to, his pulling on the muffler and called him the muffler man and his cough, and all of this has been made, there have been memes made on all of this, which is not really charitable, but it has happened. Now, my point is very simple. As a doctor, I can tell you that merely, first of all, it is a breach of privacy to put out somebody's blood pressure and somebody's heart rate and somebody's body weight and all that. It is completely against all medical norms. But anyway, now that you've already done that, none of them actually mean a thing. A BP is a value at one point in time. 5 minutes later, it could be totally different. So I think to say that a man is totally healthy because his BP recorded on one day was 130 by 80 or 120 by 80 is not really a valid point. My point is very simple. Now, the Honorable Supreme Court has repeatedly, not once, it said it twice, about the fact that money has not been recovered, and this entire case is hinging on statements made by approvers. Some of those approvers have also been found to have contributed electoral bonds, as in Sarath Reddy's case, and so on. Now, I'm not going into the electoral bonds matter issue at all now. I'm only saying the entire case, which hinges on approver statements, needs corroborative evidence. You can't just say this man made a statement, money was given as cash, and all the cash has been spent.
Fantastic.
And we don't know where anything is.
So you don't
pay
pay any importance to the High Court observations and part of their order, which says that definitely the arrest is legal. You don't pay any credence to the fact that the High Court has said that money did exchange and the money cannot be found now because it has already been spent in the Goa elections. And the High Court also said that the man did not comply with the summons, which is why incarceration of the others arrested in this case have happened. None of that is important to you.
No, I also want to draw your attention to what happened today, what the Honorable Supreme Court said in the Chhattisgarh case. Remember, Bhupesh Baghel has been implicated. This is a huge scam. And you remember in the run-up to the Chhattisgarh election, a very similar scam was pinned on the Congress party. Again, it was based on quote-unquote approver statements. And we know what has happened in that particular case. So I don't think that, first of all, you need to establish a money trail. I'm sorry, you can't just go by, say, a statement. Somebody said that, I paid so-and-so 10 crores. I paid so-and-so 15 crores. Where is the money? He has all spent it off. It is laughable, Navika. Come on. This is not... You need some corroborative evidence more than just statements.
Shehzad Poonawala, the charges against you are that one reading of blood pressure in a day doesn't say anything about the health of... he might just be in the gas chamber that you have set up for him, number one. Number two, the fact that Rajkumar Anand is quitting the party and the ministership is also your fault because there's pressure on him. And number three, the Supreme Court, the money trail, all of these issues that are being raised, saying that this is a witch hunt ahead of elections. Please respond.
Today I have to answer doctor and Aam Aadmi Party spin doctor. I'll start with Aam Aadmi Party spin doctor. They have said दबाव डाला, प्रभाव डाला, इसलिए राजकुमार गुनहगार बन गया. अरे भाई मुझे बताइए कि ये स्वभाव की वजह से योगेंद्र यादव, अन्ना हजारे, प्रशांत भूषण, शांति भूषण, कुमार विश्वास निकले ना? क्या उन पे ईडी का केस था? और वो निकल के कहाँ गए? आशुतोष कहाँ गए? मुझे इसलिए कहना चाहता हूं मैं कि आपका पलटने का, जैसे आज राजकुमार पलटे हैं तो भाई आपने भी तो पलटी की है ना. रामलीला में झाड़ू से दारू तक, स्वराज से शराब तक, अन्ना से लालू तक, और इस्तीफा देना है इन सबको, उन्हीं के साथ खड़े होकर कहना मैं इस्तीफा नहीं दूंगा तक, भ्रष्टाचार हटाओ से भ्रष्टाचार बचाओ तक, इंडिया अगेंस्ट करप्शन आईएसी से इंडिया अलायंस ऑफ करप्शन आईएसी तक. स्वभाव किसका बदला है? और इसी स्वभाव को देखते हुए अब ये भी लोग जा रहे हैं राजकुमार आनंद जैसे. और क्यों ना निकले नाविका जी? कोर्ट में केजरीवाल ने कहा मुझे मत पूछो, मंत्री खुसुर फुसुर करते हैं. फिर कैलाश गहलोत ने कहा आतिशी से पूछो, आतिशी ने कहा सौरभ से पूछो, सौरभ ने कहा दुर्गेश से पूछो. इसने बोला कि भाई मुझसे पूछने से पहले मैं ही निकल जाता हूं, पता नहीं कौन बलि का बकरा बना दे. अब आते हैं बातों पर कि जिसका जवाब देना चाहिए. और जो सुमंत रमन मतलब डॉक्टर ने कहा, डॉक्टर साहब, I am quoting not from observation, I am quoting from the judgment of the High Court. Court says, this court holds that ED was able to place enough material statement of not just approvers but their own Aam Aadmi Party candidate stating money has been given for Goa elections. It completes the chain regarding money trail for Goa elections. Please sir, don't interrupt. Don't interrupt. Sir, please. Supreme Court has spoken about 338 crore money trail. CBI court has spoken about 100 crore money trail, not under PMLA, under POCA and IPC. But having said that, today what is the problem? The problem is that all these approver, electoral bond, victimhood cards all have been thrashed, and the only question today to be answered is, will you resign or will you continue shamelessly as Chief Minister? And secondly, Tihar, gas chamber. भाई तिहाड़ दिल्ली सरकार के तहत आती है. सत्येंद्र जैन को मालिश कौन दे रहा था भाई? और तिहाड़ जेल के अंदर सुन लीजिए, किसी का वजन भी बढ़ा है, किसी को ब्लड प्रेशर नॉर्मल भी हुआ है, पर समस्या ये है कि तिहाड़ से अपने आप को पाब्लो एस्कोबार बनाना है, इसीलिए ये बहाना है. मनीष सिसोदिया को भी कंटिन्यू कराते मिनिस्टर, उनको क्यों नहीं कराया?
All right, all hands going up, all hands going up. Okay, right of rebuttal to Sumanth Raman. I'm coming to you, Tehseen and Abbas.
Yeah, 1 second. One counter. 338 crore that the Honorable Supreme Court said was proceeds of crime was not the money that was siphoned off. It was the profit made by the companies. That was quoted by the court as being proceeds of crime. How that will stand, when this court, when the trial actually happens. I'm sorry, it is very clear. These were quote unquote windfall profits which were made by these companies and can be treated as proceeds of crime. That is what the court actually said in that particular case, and that is a very contentious matter. It has got to be heard during the trial. My point is very simple. You cannot say, I cannot say, I gave Navika 100 crores and Navika spent the whole thing in cash. There is no trail of anything.
Baba, you give me 100 crores, I will go and retire on a hill somewhere.
1 minute. If I say I gave a person X amount of money and no trail of that money can be established, and the argument is all the money has been spent, I don't see how then anybody can go to jail for that. Anybody can accuse anybody of giving without evidence.
Sir, all right. Sir, your contention can't be that just because the money that you have stolen through the means of corruption is not recovered in the same amount, there is no money trail. This is the most ridiculous. 1 second, please don't interrupt me. This is the most ridiculous contention because the fact that you have spent this money has been in a sense trailed, and that proof is there, not just in form of statement. Please, sir, don't interrupt. Sir, I do not interrupt. And sir, please don't interrupt. You will not allow my point to come through.
Absolutely,
speak
including a bank account.
Exactly, including bank accounts, including other people where it was spent. But having said that, you made another claim that the ED or the Tihar people are torturing them. Please let me show you one more thing.
सबसे पहले तो मैं ईडी के ऑफिसर्स का और कर्मचारियों का शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूं कि इन्वेस्टिगेशंस हुई हैं.
Mr. Kejriwal himself has said that अभी तक जो भी हुआ है बहुत कॉर्डियल हुआ है. ये उनका ऑडियो है फ्रॉम द जजमेंट, द स्टेटमेंट मेड बाय द जज.
वो तो ईडी में हुआ था, अब तिहाड़ में.
तिहाड़ किसके तहत आती है? तिहाड़ किसके तहत आती है?
ओके,
तिहाड़ किसके तहत आती है?
ऑल राइट. तहसीन पूनावाला,
नाविका,
गैस चेंबर,
नाविका.
You can check notes. Mr. Chidambaram never complained that it was a gas chamber. He's also been there. You can check from many of the Congress people who have been in Tihar. They'll vouch for the fact that there is no gas chamber there, can't they?
At the onset, thank you, Navika, for having me on the show, and a very happy Eid Mubarak to all your viewers for tomorrow in advance on those who are celebrating today. Two very quick points. Thank you so much. 2 or 3 very quick points. You're right, Mr. Chidambaram went to Tihar as well. I was with you on the show. And the same enforcement directorate said they had a money trail against Mr. Chidambaram. In fact, Mr. Karti Chidambaram, you very rightly broke the ED investigation to the fantastic piece that you did. They said that he has a tennis court in Spain. Nothing has been recovered. DK Shivkumar, he's given you a number of interviews. They had cash recovered as per ED. Cash recovered. Where happened? The case is quashed. This is the same organization which operates on the same modus operandi. I heard somebody saying Pablo Escobar. This is more like El Chapo, the ED. If this guy is Pablo Escobar, a sitting chief minister, because like El Chapo, all they want to do is gun down their opponents in a way with false innuendos, with zero evidence. Look, what is the case against the Chief Minister of Delhi? A case based on the evidences of statements of 2 people. One who 6 times says he does not know the Chief Minister. The 7th time when his father is arrested, later on given a ticket, the guy flips. How come ED didn't oppose that gentleman's bail? Second, a person who's bribing the BJP with electoral bonds. How come the ED doesn't oppose their bail? How come the ED only chooses to oppose Arvind Kejriwal's bail? Nothing will come out of this case. But yes, the process is the punishment, like in Sanjay Singh's case. And one more thing. You know why Sanjay Singh was granted bail? Because Supreme Court decided to go into the details of the matter. And the minute Supreme Court said we will go into the details of the matter, in an unprecedented move, Mr. Raju asks for time, calls up the ED director, comes back and says, no, we will make an exception.
The process is the punishment. आपको याद नहीं आया था when there were cases against Amit Shah, when he was not even allowed to be in Gujarat, he was, the trial went on outside and nothing came of it.
You're right,
but then the process did not trouble you. The process troubles you when you are at the receiving end. Well, let me get in Ishkaran Bhandari. Ishkaran Bhandari.
No, Navika.
Now, as 1 minute,
Just one point. You're right. You're right, Navika. No, 1 point. Just 1 point. You're right about Amit Shah ji. What happened was terrible. But just because a wrong happened then, does that justify a wrong happening now?
Suddenly we become Harish Chandra. Suddenly we have become Satyavadi Harish Chandra, and we have gone out on an expedition of saving the constitution, saving the democracy. Only now when you are in the opposition. Fantastic. You really sound extremely credible. But let me come to you, Ishkaran Bhandari. Ishkaran Bhandari, the question is, the public, people like us, who should we believe? The fact that there is a vendetta going on, or should we believe the fact that courts are saying what they are saying? They have released one person on bail, but on the other man in jail, Arvind Kejriwal, the observations, the court order of the High Court is there before us. Who should people of India believe?
Navika ji, an excellent question. Whom should the people of India believe? I say believe neither. Don't believe Aam Aadmi Party, don't believe BJP, but at least believe the courts of this country. We have a strong independent judiciary whom you feel, all the people opposing the court's order in this Delhi High Court case feel very happy in the electoral bond judgment. You can't pick and choose. All the people unhappy with Manish Sisodia's bail being rejected by the Supreme Court suddenly feel happy about Sanjay Singh's bail. So let us be very clear. We are not in 2023. There are definitive court orders in this case, and let's deconstruct them. But firstly, I will answer one thing on money trail. It's an important question. Let us answer that squarely. If a murder weapon is not found, will you say a murder has not happened? Or if somebody on this panel wears a very expensive watch and somebody steals his watch but throws it in the ocean, that means the watch has not been thrown in the ocean? There is a money trail that has come out in the orders of the court. The Supreme Court took a prima facie view of 338 crores. The Delhi High Court has taken a view on 45 crores and other amounts of money involved. So that prima facie at this stage is there. That is a part of the record. So don't keep shouting on television channels, money trail, as if there is no money trail. Now coming to the other important aspects of this case. There are 7 ministers in Delhi, including the Chief Minister. 7. Out of that 7, Mr. Manish Sisodia resigned and is in jail. Mr. Satinder Jain, a different case, not the same case, and the Supreme Court has rejected the bail, has been in jail and resigned. Mr. Kejriwal is also in jail, but he is refusing to resign. And the 4th has resigned today. He is not in jail. So out of 7, 4 4 people have resigned or are in jail. That is the situation of Delhi, where a political party came to power saying on mere allegation people should resign. That was the standard on which they asked the votes of the people. No VIP facilities. Your Sheeshmahal has exposed that completely, the exclusive scoop done by you, where no VIP facilities became luxury unimaginable to anybody except sheikhs in some countries. So that is the reality and that is the money flow in this country. And last point on health. Yes, nobody's health should be disclosed. But what happens when a political party comes and says he has lost weight, makes an allegation on the jail authorities, or says it's a gas chamber? If you make public allegations on the jail authorities, on the bureaucracy, those people will lose their jobs. They have to defend themselves. So please don't try to be too clever than half. If you had not made those allegations, probably these bulletins would not have to come. But if you allege on jail authorities that Sanjay Singh has lost weight when he has, I think, gained 6 kg, or Arvind Kejriwal has lost weight, they have the right to defend their jobs because they are doing their jobs well, and jails anyways come under Delhi Sarkar. So this policy of attacking everything under the sun, including the jail authorities, must stop. Otherwise, they have the full right to defend themselves.
Well, Syed
Navika,
Asad Abbas.
When you show that somebody, this analogy which he gave is completely incorrect. He says if a watch was stolen and lost and so on, you must prove that such a watch existed. You must prove that the person who was murdered actually existed. Without proving that a person was murdered existed, you are trying to say that this man has been murdered.
Read the order.
You have to
answer this.
You have to prove that Arvind Kejriwal ने कभी भी 1 रुपया देखा है कभी physically, तभी money trail तक जाएगी बात. Is that what? Is that the absurd argument that Dr. Sumanth Raman is putting out?
I need to answer this. This is ridiculous.
Okay, on this one point, everybody is coming.
He's talking about my analogy.
देखिए सुमंत सिंह रमन जी को जब हाई कोर्ट का ऑर्डर नहीं दिख रहा है कि अप्रूवर पर उन्होंने कहा है कि डोंट कास्ट अस्पर्शंस, इट्स लाइक कास्टिंग अस्पर्शंस ऑन जुडिशरी, इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड्स को खारिज कर दिया, फिर भी तहसीन और सुमंत सिंह रमन वही पॉइंट दोहरा रहे हैं. और सुमंत सिंह रमन से पूछे, देखिए मैं एक बात अग्री करना चाहूँ, आई वांट टू करेक्ट माय स्टेटमेंट फ्रॉम बीजेपी. आई एग्री दैट इट इज तिहार इज लाइक गैस चेंबर. भाई जिसको शीश महल में 4 लाख के कमोड की आदत हो, 20 लाख के पर्दे की आदत हो और 8 करोड़ के फर्श की आदत हो, उनके लिए तिहाड़ जेल जहां पे रेपिस्ट भी मसाज करे, वो भी तो फिर भी गैस चेंबर ही होगा ना. तो मैं अपने स्टेटमेंट को करेक्ट करता हूं. दिस इज एग्जैक्टली लाइक गैस चेंबर फॉर समबडी. बाय द वे, आपको एक्सेस मिला वो शीश महल का? अभी तक भावना जी को दिखाया अंदर से? अच्छा, चलिए तहसीन जी, वैसे तहसीन जी ने इसी शो पे एक बार केजरीवाल को करप्ट बोला था. अब मैं छोड़ देता हूं कि वो क्यों नहीं बोलते आजकल.
प्रिवेसी लागू होगी. व्हाट्स योर काउंटर, ईश्वरन भंडारी?
लाइक टू आंसर दैट.
1 minute. Ishkaran Bhandari countering Sumanth Raman.
Navika, just a simple point.
Comment was made.
Yes, let me. Where is the proof they keep asking? None less than the Supreme Court denied bail to Mr. Manish Sisodia. Why are they conveniently forgetting it? Doctor, you are a doctor, but at least if you're talking about law, read the orders of the Supreme Court. You are saying that they have refused Manish Sisodia bail and 338 crore has no significance to you. So please, the Supreme, one second, let me finish, let me answer. This is not how law works. ED makes a submission, defense counsel makes a submission, the Supreme Court, no. I need to answer this, Navika ji. Navika, I did not interrupt him. I need to answer this. ED, we have an adversarial system in the courts. ED makes a submission, so does defense counsel make a submission, and then the Supreme Court decides whose submission is the correct submission. The Supreme Court decides that ED's case is a fit case. That is why he's kept in jail. So don't keep saying it's ED submission. It's not ED submission. Okay. It's a court judgment.
Okay, let me get in. Syed Asad Abbas. गैस चेंबर है वहाँ. शहजाद जी कह रहे हैं 4 लाख का कमोड नहीं है तो गैस चेंबर तो लगेगा आपको. अरे भैया, वहां पर मार्बल का फर्श नहीं है ना. वो कौन सा मार्बल था मैं भूल गई. कुछ वियतनामीज मार्बल. हाँ,
नॉट इवन मकराना, वियतनामीज मार्बल. हाँ, 8 लाख का एक पर्दा, 15 पाउडर रूम. ये स्टोरी मुझे याद है मुंह जबानी. और भावना गवली को, सॉरी, भावना रिपोर्टर किशोर को कहाँ डाला था?
आप बताइए. सईद असद अब्बास, गैस चेंबर तो लगेगा ही ना. शीश महल वाले अगर तिहाड़ जाएंगे तो गैस चेंबर तो लगेगा ही.
सबसे पहले नाविका जी मेरी दुआएं हैं आपके नेटवर्क के लिए। ईद मुबारक।
आपके लिए भी,
हिंदुस्तान,
आप सबके लिए
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। सिर्फ सरजमीन हिंदुस्तान में ही नहीं, इंशाल्लाह पूरे विश्व में आपका नेटवर्क बरकरार रहे। उसी के साथ नाविका जी, दिल से बता रहा हूं मैं, जहां तक मैं दिल्ली में सफर कर चुका हूं, ये सिर्फ दिल वालों की दिल्ली नहीं है, ये दिमाग वालों की भी दिल्ली है। और शहजाद भैया, ये पब्लिक है, ये सब जानती है। आप मेरे बड़े भाई तहसीन पे आरोप लगा रहे हो कि भैया वो आपने केजरीवाल को करप्ट कहा था। अरे भैया शहजाद, आपने तो मोदी जी को हिटलर कह दिया, आपने तो भाजपा को तालिबान कह दिया, आपने तो आरएसएस को आईसिस कह दिया। अगर नहीं है तो तमाम जो टाइम्स नाउ के दर्शक हैं, आप प्लीज गूगल कर लीजिए शहजाद पूनावाला देसी हिटलर मोदी कंपैरिजन। अभी समय पे आ रहा हूं,
सरकार 2024
कान खोलकर सुनिए। अभी आपको कह रहा हूं, पर्सनली मत लीजिए। जुल्मी जब भी जुल्म करेगा, सत्ता की गलियारों से चप्पा चप्पा गूंज उठेगा इनखलाब के नारों से। आप बता रहे हो केजरीवाल जी को, आप बता रहे हो मनीष सिसोदिया को, अरे भैया शरद चंद्र रेड्डी पे आप कुछ नहीं कहते। आप जो कंपनीज पे लाखों करोड़ों के रुपए के माफ कर दिए टैक्स, उस पे कुछ नहीं कहते आप। अरे भाई साहब, सत्य बताओ, पलटो मत। आप कहते हो मेरे भाई सुमंत रमन को, ये तो डॉक्टर हैं और स्पिन डॉक्टर हैं। आप तो कांग्रेसी थे, अभी भाजपा हो। आप मोदी हेटर थे, अभी मोदी लवर हो। आपको हिपोक्रेसी नहीं दिखती।
अरे भैया, do you have anything to say on the merits of the case? आप तो पॉलिटिशियन से ज्यादा आगे निकल गए। इतना भाषण आपने दिया, मुद्दे पर एक बात नहीं कही। अब हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी जी, जब मुद्दे पर कोई कुछ नहीं कहता तो इसका मतलब क्या होता है?
जी
नविका जी, मुझे लगता है कि हम लोग जो सुन रहे हैं उससे दो चीजें बड़ी साफ हैं। सुमन जी बड़े विद्वान व्यक्ति हैं, डॉक्टर भी हैं, मैं नहीं जानता था। उन्होंने कहा कि आपने नविका जी प्राइवेट डिटेल्स हैं, ये तो कॉन्फिडेंशियल होता है। अरे भाई, आतिशी मारलेना ने सबसे पहले कहा था कि वजन घट गया है, इतना वजन था, इतना हो गया है, तो उनको रोकना चाहिए था। तिहाड़ जेल प्रशासन ने उसको क्लैरिफाई किया था। नंबर 1।
फॉर द रिकॉर्ड मैं इतना कहना चाहूंगी कि वेट किसी का बाहर नहीं आना चाहिए। बहुत लोगों को शर्म आएगी अगर उनका वेट बाहर आ जाए। तो आई कंप्लीटली सपोर्ट प्रिवेसी ऑफ वेट डिटेल्स, दैट आई डेफिनेटली सपोर्ट।
ठीक है, तो हम तो खैर उसकी बात नहीं करेंगे। लेकिन दूसरी बात जो आपने कहा, गैस चैम्बर, इतना गैस चैम्बर हो गया कि संजय सिंह कह रहे हैं कि हमने वहां ढेर सारी किताबें पढ़ी, बैडमिंटन खेलता रहा, थोड़ा सा हेल्दी होके वो निकले। मैंने वजन की बात नहीं की, स्वस्थ हो गए। अब तीसरी बात जो मेरिट है केस की, सबसे बड़ी बात ये कि जब आप कहते हैं कि पैसे की ट्रेल कहां है, तो ये साबित करना ईडी का काम है। नहीं कर पाएंगे तो कोर्ट उनको भगा देगा, उनको डांटेगा, उनको हड़काएगा, जो जो कुछ करेगा। लेकिन अभी क्या है, सेशन कोर्ट से सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक अरविंद केजरीवाल के अरेस्ट के खिलाफ जो कुछ गया वो सब खारिज हो गया, सेशन कोर्ट से सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक। दूसरा, दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट ने जो कहा, बहुत साफ साफ कहा, आरोपी नहीं तय कर सकता कि ट्रायल कैसे चलेगा। ये अरविंद केजरीवाल, मनीष सिसोदिया नहीं तय कर सकते। और जो अप्रूवर बनाना है, ये 100 साल पुराना कानून है, ये कोई इसी लिकर स्कैम की जांच के लिए नहीं बनाया गया। और जो इसमें एक और बड़ी बात कही कि जो पॉलिटिकल बयानबाजी से कोर्ट को इन्फ्लुएंस करने की कोशिश है, ये नहीं चलेगी। जो मेरिट ऑफ द केस है, जो फैक्ट्स हैं, जो एविडेंस है, जो मटेरियल है, उसके आधार पर साफ साफ दिख रहा है कि पैसा कहां से आया, कहां तक गया। और गोवा के वो प्रत्याशी अगर गवाह के तौर पर आएंगे, जो मुझे लगता है कि केस में आगे आएंगे, तो जिसको कहते हैं ना कि दूध का दूध पानी का पानी हो जाएगा। लेकिन आज की तारीख में आम आदमी पार्टी बुरी तरह से खत्म होने की कगार पर है। उसके बड़े नेता, उसके बड़े मंत्री ये कहकर छोड़ रहे हैं कि भ्रष्टाचारियों के साथ नहीं रह सकते। तो जो सामने दिख रहा है, हमें उस पर बात करनी चाहिए।
सईद अब्बास, राजकुमार आनंद सेड, मेरा दम घुट रहा है। कल तक मैं सोचता था कि ये भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ लड़ रहे हैं, आज मुझे पता चला कि ये भ्रष्टाचार में इतने हैं जैसा हाईकोर्ट ने कहा। It is on the basis of that he resigned from the party. So forget what the BJP is saying, forget what anybody else is saying politically. This is a minister of the Aam Aadmi Party who has said this and resigned from the party. I just want you to answer this question. Is this the beginning of the Aam Aadmi Party's collapse?
November 2023, what happened? Rajkumar Anand's house was raided by the enforcement directorate. तभी ये श्रीमान काफी डर गए थे. Knowing from Saurabh Bharadwaj's press conference today, it is clearly known that this man is scared today. And why so? Sam, Dam, Dand, Bhed. The Bharatiya Janata Party will do anything in its might and political will and goal to destabilize the government in Delhi. Why? Because they cannot beat Aam Aadmi Party.
तो इसका मतलब तो ईडी का डर ही नहीं बचा. नवंबर से लेकर अप्रैल में आपने रिजाइन करवाया, तो कितना डरा कोई ईडी से?
देखिए, मुझे लगता है कभी-कभी कुछ लोग अपनी बातें करते-करते अपना लॉजिक को कहां छोड़ कर आते हैं. अब चांदनी चौक में भी वॉक में गए होंगे, वहां पे एक ग्रामोफोन है जिसकी सुई अटकी हुई रहती है. ये ईडी सीबीआई के बारे में बोल रहे हैं. मैं इनसे एक ही सवाल पूछना चाहता हूं. तहसीन को बड़ा भाई मानते ना? तहसीन पुनावाला और सैयद अब्बास, खैरा की गिरफ्तारी सही या गलत? खैरा जी की गिरफ्तारी पंजाब की पुलिस ने की थी ईडी की कार्रवाई के बेसिस पे. सैयद अब्बास, आप बताइए कि वो गिरफ्तारी सही है गलत है? सही गलत, सही है या गलत है? क्योंकि खड़गे जी ने गलत बोला, तहसीन भी गलत बोलते हैं, और आम आदमी पार्टी ने बोला बिल्कुल सही है. इसलिए मुझे लगता है कि एक अटके हुए ग्रामोफोन की तरह बोलते रहिए. अच्छा, दूसरी बात ये भी बता दूं, ईद के अलावा नवरात्र की भी शुभकामनाएं दीजिए. सैयद भाई, नवरात्र की भी शुभकामनाएं हैं. और मैं आपको एक अच्छा सा एग्जाम्पल देता हूं. अरे सुन तो लीजिए भाई साहब. अब नवरात्र की बात पे आपको क्या आपत्ति है? नवरात्र की बात पर आपको क्या आपत्ति? ईद की तो बड़ी बड़ी शुभकामनाएं पूरी दुनिया को दे रहे थे, नवरात्र की भी तो बात सुनिए. मैं सिर्फ इतना पूछना चाह रहा हूं कि आज लालू कन्विक्टेड है 4 बार, बाकी सब आरोप प्रत्यारोप. मैंने इस पे आरोप लगाया, उसने मुझ पर आरोप लगाया. लालू कन्विक्टेड है, अरविंद केजरीवाल उस कन्विक्टेड व्यक्ति के साथ है, तो अरविंद क्या हुए?
तो मोदी जी अजित पवार के साथ क्या कर रहे हैं?
अरे कन्विक्टेड में अंतर नहीं समझ में आ रहा है क्या आपको? सहज जी इतनी तो अपेक्षा थी कि आप कॉमन सेंस का थोड़ा प्रमाण देते. आप आम आदमी पार्टी राहुल गांधी के साथ.
The question tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is: are rats deserting the sinking ship, or is this only about fear and pressure tactics of the BJP? Whichever way this is going, the future looks a little shaky for the Aam Aadmi Party. Will they come back? Will they be able to take on? Can the Enforcement Directorate prove all these charges? We'll keep you updated on each of these developments in the days and weeks to come. For now, trouble for Aam Aadmi Party written on the walls. How can Arvind Kejriwal battle this new crisis is everybody's guess. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1. On the other side,